Hey there, happy holidays from the Thrive Arena. I just want to offer that if you're feeling stressed this holiday season, if you're feeling disappointed by this year and the way things have turned out, you have a choice. You get to change that if you want to. We have about 7 days left of 2020, and you can always choose to change your perspective, how you feel, and what you're thinking about this past year. And when I was at the gym this morning, we were talking about our favorite books and inspirational podcasts that we were listening to. And one of the girls was talking about a podcast that had a shift in perspective. And I apologize, I don't recall the name, but she said it was pretty groovy and she dug it. And I was thinking about how a lot of people are saying this year is crap and it sucked and it was horrible. And in a lot of ways, that is true. But in a lot of ways, it could be one of the best years that we ever had, because nothing was as expected. There was so much uncertainty. There was so much change in everyone's life collectively on the planet, not even just in our country, but everywhere. This virus touched pretty much everyone in the entire world. And as a human collective, we all have experienced things we have never thought we would have to go through this year. A lot of people lost jobs, they lost loved ones, they suffered tragedy. And I know, working in healthcare, my heart goes out to everyone who's fighting the good fight and is on the front lines of dealing and caring for all the people that are sick right now. And watching people die is never fun, whether it's expected, unexpected. There's always that feeling of helplessness as we connect human to human, wishing that we could do something different to change the outcome. The one thing that we always have control over is how we choose to think and feel about any given situation. Even when it doesn't feel that way, we can feel helpless, we can feel victimized, we can feel like everything is out of our control, but that's what we're choosing. We can choose differently. And I'm not saying that you want to be happy with any given situation. I'm not saying you want to be happy if you had a loved one passed away from COVID or pass away by themselves because they were isolated. And I've talked to a lot of people this year who have suffered greatly and had such increase in stress based on how they have responded to 2020. And my heart goes out to every single one of them. For me, personally, I've been very blessed. I've been working. Nothing much has changed for me, fortunately and unfortunately. The biggest thing that happened to me is I lost out on a couple of vacations, and I've had experiences where, I've actually had more opportunity to help people. And for that, I feel truly blessed. Part of it is my perspective, because I feel like this has been an incredible year of growth for me personally and professionally. I've learned to see things in a different way, to really appreciate and have gratitude for all the things that are great in my life that maybe I wasn't appreciating before, even like having spare toilet paper and shopping for supplies ahead of time, because there was a lot of fear this year. There was a lot of angst and a lot of stress. So I guested on a podcast recently, and I just wanted to share some of those things that I shared there. The podcast was called Health Bites, and it was an episode about mindfulness and stress reduction. So she asked me for some quick tips on how to reduce stress. So the biggest one that I truly believe from the bottom of my heart that makes the biggest difference in our day-to-day life is how we choose to think and feel about any situation or circumstance in our life. That is at the core of our stress, because we create stress, we can turn it up, we can dial it down, and we don't always necessarily want to eliminate it, but feeling that empowerment that it actually is in our control regardless of what's going on around us, I think is the number one thing that you can do right now to affect your stress. Number 2 is to move your body, because stress emotionally affects us physically. Our fight or flight response, our cortisol levels, the inflammation that we experience in our bodies are all affected by multiple things, including our nutrition, including our activity, but also the emotional stress that we feel, because emotions are vibrations in our body and that affects us physically. So moving your body in a loving way that feels good to you, such as going for a walk or going for a swim, or even just stretching, doing yoga, reconnecting to your body is a great way to reduce stress and to kind of let that physical feeling of just stress and tension and jitteriness relax and resolve. Getting good sleep, hydrating your body, and eating in a healthy way are other ways that you can improve your stress, because when we're stressed, we tend to reach for that less healthy food. So that fatty food, that sugary food, that feel good in the moment dopamine hit that we get from food. That is another aspect of what we have control over. We can always say yes or we can say no to food choices. And that is a great way that I have helped my patients and my clients kind of reconnect with their body to decrease that physical stress on the body. So making healthy choices, getting that quality sleep. And then to speak to sleep, especially because a lot of us are worriers. We have a lot of anxiety and it's been especially high this year. And when we try to go to sleep and relax at the end of the day, our brain clicks on. So having healthy sleep habits is another thing that I fully endorse. And you can go to my Instagram page at the Thrive Arena or my Facebook, Liz Rook or Thrive Arena Coaching, to download a free sleep handout. It's in the link in my bio, and that gives you all of these great sleep tips as far as sleep hygiene and how to decrease stress in your body so that you can get restful sleep at night. Another tip I have is practicing gratitude, and whether that's journaling or just taking time and setting it aside every day, just to think about what you're grateful for. What's good in your life? No matter how bad things are going, there's always something good. You woke up this morning. You have clean drinking water. You have a shelter over your head. You have food to eat. We take these things for granted, but when we take time to appreciate them, we can create that sense of gratitude, which balances out that stress that we're feeling. And we can take a step back and realize that things are not usually as bad as we make them out to be. Another thing is meditating or taking time to be mindful. So meditating doesn't have to be sitting quietly in the lotus position, focusing on your breath. It can be, and that's fantastic. I use the Headspace app myself. I love it. I've been using it for years because it helps me on a guided meditation. There are multiple other resources out there that you can use to help guide meditation. Or doing like a movement meditation, so stretching, but being mindful of what's going on in your body and focusing on the now and being in the present. That helps bring us back to our center and helps to let go of any stressors that are acutely happening. So if we're freaking out because we're late for something or we're missing something or we forgot something, just taking even 3 to 5 deep breaths and just focusing on your breathing, focusing on how your body feels in the moment will help decrease that acute stress. So if you want other tips or tricks to decrease your stress, especially in this year of 2020 and as you're moving forward to 2021 and hopefully having some improvement in your health, both mental and physical, I encourage you to reach out, talk to other people, don't isolate yourself. If you're feeling like you might want to hurt yourself or someone else, call 911, go to the ER. There are dozens of 800 numbers where there are mental health professionals available. You are not alone. You are never alone in this world. There's always someone out there who can offer you that help, and you are important in this world. So I want to close by encouraging you that even if you have been feeling a lot of stress this year, there's always that chance to decrease it. You can try any of the techniques that I talked about in the video today. And if you want more information or to work with me one-on-one to decrease your stress, especially if you've been stress eating or you're having trouble managing your emotions and you want to find a better way, a healthier way to cope, maybe you don't have the best coping mechanisms. A lot of us don't growing up. We find what works and we just use it and we don't really think about it. I want you to encourage you to reach out. You can contact me. You can respond to this. You can email me at info@thrivearena.com, and I'm happy to set up a time to talk with you about what's bothering you and help you come up with some solutions together. And if you're ready and you just want to work with me, just email me and let me know, hey, let's get it started. Because you want to start 2021 in a happy state, in a peaceful state, in an open state where you're willing to feel and you're coping with those uncomfortable emotions in a healthy way, especially your stress, because your health depends on it. physical, emotional, and mental health. All right, y'all, have a happy holiday season. I hope this video was helpful for you. If there are different topics you want me to hear about, let me know. Drop me a comment below. Love you all. Happy holidays.